Hi. In my previous video, I was talking about how I was questioning my thoughts and how it was difficult to do that. Um, and I was referring to the work of Byron Katie. Um, that's what I learned from her. And I do love doing it, to question my thoughts, because it does help me focus and calm down and become, you know, be more peaceful in that moment, actually. And also regarding the thought I'm questioning. Nevertheless, it is pretty, I notice I'm not always open to questioning. So I thought right now I might just, do the work on the thought or the topic I talked about earlier, um, about the demand of the system, of the state, um, towards me or as citizens, um, having to pay the distribution fee regarding television and radio. Um, yeah, so the thought would be they are demanding me to pay the fee, pay them the fee. So it's good to keep that sentence as simple as possible. They're demanding me to pay them the fee, but I think I will just, they're demanding me to pay. I'll keep that. Maybe it's good for the turnarounds. They're demanding me to pay them the fee. Okay? That's the thought. And maybe it's, that's what's actually happening, that's how I feel, but yeah. So they're demanding me to pay them the fee. Okay, so of course you can join, if you want to press pause to find your own answers. You can do that. I'm going to start now to just notice where I'm sitting right now, right here, right now. Feel the chair, the ground, my feet are touching. Feel my breath. And notice how I'm safe right here, right now. Right now, I can say I'm perfectly safe as far as I know. And now I'm remembering seeing that bill they sent me. I've opened, I'm reading it, and I see the fee. Now, even with an extra because I didn't pay it right away. They're demanding me to pay them the fee. Is it true? Usually you just answer with yes or no, get really still and notice. I think I'm gonna say a little bit more so you can maybe follow what's happening within me. First of all, I notice okay, I feel like I would have to read the words again, the sentences, to make sure, be sure if they're demanding or not. Is it true? They're demanding me to pay them the fee. yes. And you can press pause, maybe wait longer. And I could also, but since I'm making a video, I don't want to take too long. So my answer for the moment is yes. Can I absolutely know it is true that they're demanding me to pay them the fee? Can I really be sure that's what's happening? They're demanding me to pay them the fee. No. To let you know what has been happening within me, so that answer happened and I feel a sort of release, is like, it feels more like they're asking me, because I do have the option, which is not that comfortable, but yeah, of not paying, of writing them, of contacting them in the way. I have the option of, having to pay, how do you say that? A punishment fee. Or, yeah, it probably will lead to, if I don't pay that as well, then either they can take something from me or I would have to go to jail, something like that. So those are options, but they're just very unclear still, some at the moment. Not so in my imagination, I would like to have it dealt with, over with, and not wait 2 years until I might be able to go to jail because I don't want to pay it or so. Or I also noticed that I am more afraid of actually them taking away something from me. Because the way I live right now, I don't have a lot of money, a lot of budget, and, it's my safety somehow. Okay, just so we're clear, that's how I came up with this answer, and it felt really relieving. No, I can't be really sure, They're demanding me to pay them the fee. I'm trying to get back into that feeling now, to that realization. Okay, feel how it feels freer here also. And it's starting to emanate also here. So the third question in the work of Byron Katie is, how do you react, or I in that case, how do I react when I believe that thought? In that moment when I'm looking at that, right, what they wrote me, they're demanding me to pay them the fee. How do I react? What happens with my body, with my emotions, when I think and believe that thought? Like immediately I feel a resistance within my chest, like this energy pushing up. Yeah, sort of resistance. I feel like I get upset. I feel that it's not justified. I feel it's mean of them to do so, and to not leave another option where I don't have to pay, or like even more, or fear having to lose something, or having to go to jail. Yeah. They're demanding me to pay them the fee. I also notice that I feel helpless, and my mind is like starting to search for solutions. And I can also notice, like, are there any images of the past or future when I think this thought, or believe that thought? They're demanding me to pay them a fee. So what do I notice? Any memories, or like any thoughts about the future or past? demanding me to pay them the fee. Yeah, well, I already told you about that I see myself like going to jail, for example. Being clear that I don't want to pay it in that moment. I see how, right now, I see how other letters will come in month by month with even a higher fee. I feel how I get even more anxious. And other stories appear like, oh no, maybe I will give in. I don't want to give in. Or I have to decide now, like either I'm going to pay this or I'm not going to pay it because I don't want to feel like, oh no, I'm going to pay when I have to pay $500 or something because like I could have paid earlier. So I'm going to do that now or I'm going to, go with the other option. Images of past and future. They're demanding me to pay them the fee. Yeah, I remember them being part of my life when I was younger, how I enjoyed using their channel and what they offered. Some parts of it, not everything. Yeah, that's how much I can come up with. Yeah, and I notice a lot of images of the future, like vague possibilities, not knowing, will the police suddenly be in front of the door, or what will happen, like where is this leading to if I don't comply. Okay, so let's question now. Who would I be? Who or what would I be without the thought they're demanding me to pay them the fee? Like I'm looking at that letter with the amount, and if I couldn't think that thought, they're demanding me to pay them the fee, who would I be? Who or what would I be in that moment? Somehow I can see how it's more of an asking me to pay. I noticed something within me is like, oh, that's cute, like they're asking me to pay them. And sort of a distance, like, but I know what I want and what I don't want, you know? I'm looking at the letter because, like, this last letter, there was a fee added because I didn't pay earlier. And I notice how that's stressing me out. Like, I'm envisioning how every month or in a certain amount of time there will be coming more and more letters with an added fee. And I feel like I would like to stop that from happening, So I'm looking at that without the thought they're demanding me to pay them the fee. That's a tough one. I can't go there deeper now with being on screen. I would need more time for that. Well, you know what? I'm gonna press pause for a moment and see if I can dive deeper into that. Okay, what I could see right now is I can see how they're trying to enforce their wish to that's how I see it right now. That's a way how they have been used to handling this to make someone pay, you know. I mean, it's sort of working right now. I feel more pressure, I feel more anxiety. Oh no, now I have to pay more, you know? And I can see how in my mind I'm adding up to that. Like, oh no, oh no, oh no, then I would have to even pay more and more, and then, you know, they might, at the end of it, I heard something like that's how much it can become, how much the fee can become. And then if you won't pay, then they will, you know, somehow forcefully take it either from your account. And if you don't have it on there, I don't know what's going to be, you know, if they're going to come and see if you have anything of value they can take from you. I notice how I feel that that's really unjust. Unjust, that's the word, I think. So that's something maybe I could look up as well, look into as well. Or then, yeah, the jail thing. I mean, yeah. That's not what's freaking me out. It's more the money thing, or the actually like taking something away from me. Okay, so where did I come from? I'm like, they're demanding me to pay them the fee without the thought. Looking at that, I can see like how it's a tactic to you know, to get what they wish. Okay, I'm gonna check on that question one more time. I'm gonna press pause. I can sort of see that that's the process, you know. That's just how the system is built up till now, you know. If you don't comply, if you don't do as being told, then there will be a consequence that will hurt you, so you might be able to comply along the way. It's very interesting to be able to see it like that, to be more clear about this yourself, you know. That's the way I see it right now, you know. Maybe you find another answer, and you're welcome to share it with me, to comment. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the turnarounds. They're demanding me to pay them the fee. They're not demanding me to pay them the fee. And it's really helpful to write down like the belief you're working with, so you have that to anchor on, because it will change in your mind or you will forget. It's like crazy. Sometimes I've done it a lot of times just in my mind, or tried to, you know, and sometimes it worked better, but I noticed how it is this extra effort to remember. And it's really helpful, like it really calms you down if you write it down and you stick with it and you question that sentence exactly the way it is written down, not changing it afterwards. And now writing down the turnarounds is also helpful, I think. So they're not demanding me to pay them the fee. How can this be as true or truer than the previous thought I was, you know, than the main thought I was working with? How could this be as true or truer? In that situation, I'm looking at the bill. They're not demanding me to pay them the fee. Demanding me. I don't know the exact words they're writing, but I can see how it's more like an information right now. It's sort of asking me to, and informing me, you know, that's what we want, and if you don't do so, then this is the consequence, you know. And that's so interesting. I feel like, okay, you know, anybody can sort of do that, Um, there are people then that use the law to deal with that, but you sort of gotta have guts or not, because they feel like, the law enforces this. So okay, because I don't know if I would feel comfortable going to someone and say, like, I want this from you. But of course I don't feel justified, because yeah, there's nothing to back me up in that sense. They've got that. They're not demanding me to pay them the fee. I do notice how I can feel free, sort of, okay, there is an option, I can um choose the way of, I think you say, penalty. Yeah, so okay, they're not demanding me to pay them the fee. Is there another reason how this could be true? If you can find one, you can find another usually. I can see how I would put that in the light. Like how I could think that it's them demanding that I'm the one who interprets it that way, that they would demand it from me. And I can see how it's not like this, nobody's standing in front of my porch and saying, like, pay or die, So there is some space in between. Okay, so they're not demanding me to pay them the fee. Is there another turnaround for they're demanding me to pay them the fee? I am, let's turn it like that. I'm demanding them to pay me the fee. I'm demanding them to pay me the fee. How can this be as true or truer in that situation? I'm demanding them to pay me the fee. Well, the first thing I can come up with is, like, me not paying it leaves them, with a void. So I'm demanding them to take care of that, like, I mean, this is very creative thinking. You might not be on the same page with me on that, but it's like they calculated everybody, paying. So everybody has, like, a space, a spot they're counting with. And if I'm not filling that spot, it's like I'm demanding them to provide for that spot. It's a very creative way to see it. The question is, it's always important, like, that I believe it. Like, is it reasonable for me, I am demanding them to pay me the fee. Yes, sorta. I mean, I can see how, like, through me not complying, it'll cost the state more and more, somehow, like that, I mean, I think unnecessarily so. Like, nobody's asking them to. But so what I can say with this is, maybe for me to be responsible in this whole situation, might be important for me to, write something to inform them. So this doesn't have to become like this huge amount of money that somebody will have to pay, in the end. Because even if you go to jail, it is a lot of money that one day in jail costs the state. So the whole thing is absurd for me, in my understanding. But yeah, I'm demanding them to pay me the fee. Yeah, I can't come up with another one now. Maybe you have a good one. feel free to comment. Can I turn it around another way? Maybe I'm demanding me to pay them the fee. I'm demanding me to pay them the fee. Yeah, there's definitely a part of me that's, well, there's two things. There's one that's interpreting, like, okay, wow, like this, like, oh, I have to pay that. Like, I think that at first. And then, not at first, but, okay, sorry, I'm losing you there right now, I think. Okay, let's not get too complicated. I'm demanding me to pay them the fee. Okay, I can see, like, with this added fee, fear arose, became stronger. So that fear sort of started demanding me to pay them the fee. Yeah, so I don't have to lose something in the future. So I don't have to lose an item that I'm attached to. And so that I don't have to live in fear for the next 2 years, or I don't know how long this process takes, you know, until we're hitting that sum, that end sum, and being unclear of what is going to happen, you know. Okay, whew, so that's how far I've come with this for the moment. Thanks for sitting with me, and I'd love to hear your your insights, your turnarounds. Maybe you found even more helpful insights than me right now. Yeah, but it was fun or helpful to do this with you, and thanks for sharing your time with me. Bye, see ya.